Looking at this animated map, we can track a massive daily synchronization. 5 times a day, nearly 2 billion people across every continent align themselves to face one exact geographic coordinate in Mecca. Despite being the single most oriented toward structure in human history, the physical reality of the Kaaba remains largely a mystery to the wider public. The deep history of its surrounding landmarks, and specifically what lies hidden inside, is rarely seen. This is the center of an evolving ecosystem of history, architecture, and spirituality. To understand the significance of Islam's holiest site, we need to trace a physical path inward, starting with the ancient artifacts in its courtyard, examining the protective layers on its walls, and finally, crossing the threshold into the highly restricted space inside. Our path begins just outside the Kaaba's walls. Centuries ago, tradition records Hajar was left in a dry valley with her infant son. Desperate, she ran repeatedly between 2 hills searching for water. As the baby kicked the sand, a spring bubbled up from the earth at his feet. Hajar gathered the sand to enclose the water. Today, 4 millennia later, the well of Zamzam still pumps from that exact spot and has never run dry. Moving across the courtyard, right in the middle of the circulating crowds, sits this golden, glass-walled hexagonal structure, the Maqam Ibrahim. Inside its glass casing lies a silver-plated stone bearing 2 distinct oval indentations. These are the physical footprints left by the Prophet Ibrahim, preserved from the moment he stood on the rock to reach the top of the Kaaba's walls during its construction. Long before the modern complex was built up around them, these raw elements, a desert spring and a builder's stone, served as physical evidence of the site's ancient origins. Looking at this architectural diagram, we can see the Kaaba's earliest known form. Initially, it was a simple, roofless stone foundation completely exposed to the elements. To safeguard the sanctuary's internal treasures, the ruling Quraysh tribe made structural modifications. They added a flat roof to enclose the space and elevated the remaining door high above ground level to control who could enter. To protect the structure from valley floods, they installed a guttering system to direct rainwater safely off the roof. Today, that stone architecture is draped in the Kiswah, the iconic black cloth. Early Islamic rulers used simple white Egyptian linens, but over centuries the covering evolved into an intricate silk textile. The modern Kiswah uses 670 kilograms of white silk, dyed black and woven on specialized jacquard machines to embed subtle Quranic inscriptions directly into the fabric. The most striking features rely on human craftsmanship. Specialized artisans work year-round to hand-embroider the hizam and the sitara, applying gold and silver thread over cotton templates to create the calligraphy. Creating this singular garment requires a dedicated factory in Mecca and an annual production budget of 22 million Saudi riyals. The Kaaba's exterior combines the structural defenses added by the Quraysh with modern, high-precision artisanal work. To cross from the massive public square into the private interior, you have to pass through that elevated entrance, secured by a solid gold door. Access here is extremely restricted. Inside, there is a relatively small open room. The floor is paved with white marble, bordered by a black strip. The lower walls are lined with rose-colored marble, reaching 4 meters high. Above the marble, a green cloth, embroidered with Quranic verses in silver thread, covers the upper walls and extends entirely across the ceiling. Supporting that roof are 3 wooden pillars lined up evenly down the center. Each one stands 9 meters tall, holding the ceiling firm. The space is decorated with physical gifts from past rulers. Hanging from the ceiling are Ottoman-era lanterns and incense burners crafted from silver and glass. And on the walls, 10 distinct stone plaques commemorate various architectural renovations. For those allowed inside, the most significant feature is a simple, dark marble slab on the floor. This marker indicates where the Prophet Muhammad prayed. The interior remains a curated time capsule, preserving the physical contributions of diverse rulers and the most intimate spiritual milestones of the faith. The Kaaba, the flowing waters of Zamzam, and the protected stones of the Maqam Ibrahim are active instruments of daily practice. There is a physical contrast at play, ancient water quenching the thirst of modern crowds, existing alongside the annual replacement of the silk Kiswah. All these elements converge on one exact architectural point. Here, ancient history, prophetic actions, and modern devotion perfectly layered together. By serving as a singular physical anchor for billions of individual daily prayers, the Kaaba ecosystem acts as a point of synchronization, physically and spiritually uniting people across time and geography.